Hey there boys and girls, like Skillfigure here, and welcome back to another Battlefield 4 video. So this time around I thought I would talk to you guys about the community tester environment, also known as the CTE, and also the possibilities for future Battlefield titles having a CTE, or the community test environment as well. The other topic for today would be the new patch for Battlefield 4 that just dropped, which should improve the netcode and other stuff. But yeah, these are the topic for today's video, and I would say let's get right into this. So first of all, the CTE community test environment. In case you don't know what it is, I think I've already, well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's basically a vanilla Battlefield 4 version where you're able to, or better said, the devs are able to just put patches in and out and change everything on the go. So it's a lot easier for them to test what they want to implement. And it's kind of like we're beta testing Battlefield 4 all over again. It's, again, this kind of sounds negative, but it's actually a good thing. Although they're kind of late for it, with Battlefield like 4 being out for, I don't know, 6-7 months, I can't remember. So my thought now, or my idea now would be, or my question if you want so, will there be a CTE for future Battlefield titles such as Battlefield Hardline? I know Battlefield Hardline has been announced, it has been confirmed, there will be a big release at E3 probably, and I suppose that most of you already saw the leaked gameplay trailer. There are actually two now, one of the trailer which is 6 months old, and the other one which is a newer version of the beta, which is just a couple of weeks old I believe, and it looks awfully a lot like Battlefield 4, it looks like a lot copy-paste and stuff, but again, it's understandable because it's still in a, well, it's still early in the development stage, you could say. But it still got me kind of worried because I do not want a second Battlefield 4. We had lots of trouble with it. Battlefield 4 is still, in my opinion, broken, and I will talk about the patch a little bit later for Battlefield 4. But just for now, I think that a CTE, like right from the get-go, I know normally a alpha and a beta should sort that kind of stuff out and make the game work, but I think having a CTE like all the time for the game would actually be a good idea. Because like that, the devs would have it a lot easier to make the game work a lot faster. And so from my point of view, I think it would actually kind of make sense to implement a CTE right from the get-go for Battlefield Hardline, especially since it looks a lot like Battlefield 4. Again, don't get us wrong, because I think lots of people got it wrong. I do not think that Battlefield Hardline will be terrible. I actually have high hopes for it, because it might be better than Battlefield 4. But we're all critical now, we're all skeptical, because after launch, like with Battlefield 3, with Battlefield 4, yeah, you just have to be kind of skeptical or critical. So yeah, this would be my idea, and I think it would actually kind of make sense to have a CTE all the way along for a new Battlefield title such as Battlefield Hardline, and all the other Battlefield titles that will come in the near future. And I would love to hear you guys' opinion on that. But second topic for today would be, of course, the new patch. So the patch just dropped, and most of the stuff from the CTE got carried over, such as the high tick rate. So we all know that 10 Hz tick rate for a server is kind of low, but apparently it worked in Battlefield 3, so I'm not quite sure if they're telling us the truth. But in Battlefield 4 it's definitely a problem, and I think that now with the higher tick rate it's a little bit better. It's kind of hard to describe, because I've been to a couple of servers, and also depends on has the server been restarted, how long, like, was the last restart, and how long is it running, because this also affects a lot of the problems we have. And you can now actually set your tick rate to low, medium, and high, which again sets it to something like 10, 15, and 30, I believe, or I don't know, 15, 20, and 30, I'm not quite sure, but it should improve. And on the CTE, I can definitely tell you guys that it was a lot better. However, since they've implemented it in the new Battlefield right here, in Battlefield 4, the normal game for everyone else, it felt just like not as crisp, like not as responsive. And don't get me wrong, it's just still not as responsive as Battlefield 3 was, because Battlefield 3 and also Battlefield 4, not Battlefield 4, but Battlefield Bad Company 2, those were a lot better, responsive, more snappier. The gunfight, the gunplay was just all top-notch. Like, not top-notch like the best, but it still was like really good, really good. And now in Battlefield 4, after the patch, it's definitely better. Also on the CTE it was a lot better. I still feel like it's better on CTE. Maybe it's just a placebo, because some people said they haven't like rolled it out to all the servers yet. I think first to the 48 player server, I'm not quite sure. But the netcode still is not fixed. And again, if the server has just been restarted, it's a lot better, because we always had the problem with Battlefield servers like being up for too long, and then the memory leaks and corrupted stuff and etc, etc, etc. And again, I think the next thing would be that after having a better tick rate would be to restart the servers more often. Maybe if they would implement a system to restart it between every match, that would actually like be amazing, just from my point of view. I would really I would love to wait 5 more minutes for a server to restart and have a flawless experience. But yeah, so from my point of view, the netcode still does not seem, well, it seems better on the CTE, it definitely was. It's still not good, not as good as Battlefield 3, you could say, but it's still better. So yeah, I would love to hear you guys' opinion on the topic and what you think about all of that. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat some pizza now, and I think that's pretty much all for now. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and Lucky Skill Faker out.